Okay, this is Chapter 10, Lesson 1 over exponents. Chapter 10 overall is about exponents and scientific notation. So this first lesson is just a little introductory lesson on what you should expect for this chapter. So we got some vocab to fill in. A power is a product of repeated factors. Product is multiplication. The base of a power is the common factor. So the base here is 1/2. And the exponent of the exponent is a power that indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. So this whole thing here is the power. Where's my clicker? There we go. This whole thing here is the power, and then 1/2 is the base, 5 is the exponent, and that's 1/2 being repeated 5 times. So we need to write each product using exponents. So this one, these parentheses are important. So -7 is my base, and it's being repeated 1, 2, 3 times. So this is -7 to the third. And B, I have pi 1, 2 times r 3 times. That's pi squared times r cubed. You don't really need the multiplication symbol there, so you can just say pi squared r cubed. And that's A and B. On your own, try these. Write these products using exponents. Try them on your own. Hit pause, and when you're done, hit play. So this one is 1/4 is the base, and it's being repeated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So this is 1/4 to the 5th power. You can put that in parentheses if you want to. And number 2 is 0.3 to the 1, 2, 3, 4th power. This one you do have to put in parentheses, because it's 0.3 is the whole number to the 4th power, not just the 3. And this is times x squared. Next one, example 2, we need to evaluate each expression. So you can use a calculator on these, but I also want you to be able to know how to do them without a calculator. So this is basically -2 to the 4th power means -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. -2 times -2 is +4. 4 times -2 is -8. And -8 times -2 is +16. So -2 to the 4th power is +16. Now this looks a little different in part B. This is really the opposite of 2 to the 4th power. So the base is just 2. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is, which is 16, and then it's the opposite of that, so it would be -16. Example 3, using order of operations. So we need to evaluate each expression, and I totally gave you more than I needed to on this problem, so I apologize for that. So let's ignore this part and make that a little bigger. That's actually part of solving the problem right here. So, first thing is first, you need to use your order of operations. That's parentheses, exponents, then multiplication and division in the order that it appears, and then adding and subtracting. So the first thing I need to do here is exponents. So this is really 3 plus 2 times 3 to the 4th power is 81. 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now I do 2 times 81, so I have 3 plus 162, which is 165. Part B, exponents first. So 3 cubed is 27, minus 8 cubed is 64, divided by 2. What order of operations you do division next? So then I have 27 minus 32, which is -5. And that's how you do those problems. So on your own, do these 4 problems, hit pause, and when you're ready, you can hit play and check your answers. Number 3, the opposite of 5 to the 4th power is -625. Okay, it's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and the opposite of that. Number 4 is -1/6 to the 3rd power, so that's -1/6 times -1/6 times -1/6, and you get negative 1 over 216. Number 3, these are absolute value symbols. So this is the absolute value of the opposite of 3 cubed, which is negative 27, divided by 27. So this is the absolute value of negative 1, which is positive 1. And number 6, exponents first. So 9 minus 2 to the 5th power, and 2 to the 5th, I believe, is 32, times 0.5. Order of operations, do 32 times 0.5, and that is 16. So 9 minus 16 is negative 7. Oops. Oh, I did it again. And next, example 4 is our real-life application. In sphering, a person is secured inside a small hollowed sphere that is surrounded by a larger sphere. The space between the spheres is inflated with air. What is the volume of the inflated sphere? And I forgot to give you the picture. So here's our sphere, and there's a littler sphere inside of it. So it says from here to here is 2 meters, and from here to here is 3 meters. Okay, so I need to find the volume of the outer sphere and the volume of the inner sphere, and then subtract those two because I want the space filled with air. So the outer sphere, remember spheres is volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So this would be volume equals 4/3 pi, and the radius, be careful, if the diameter is 3, the radius is going to be 1.5, and that's cubed. So the volume of the outer sphere is, let me get my calculator. If you use 3.14 for pi, the volume of this outer one should be 14.13, and that is meters cubed. That's the outer, so now we need to find the inner sphere. Same process here. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. So volume is equal to 4/3 times 3.14 times the radius is 1. And when I do that, I get 4.186, and the 6 is repeating. So if I take the outer sphere, which is 14.13, and I subtract the inner sphere, which is 4.186, and that is equal to, as I'm punching it in my calculator, probably do it faster than I am, 9.94, and then that 4 is repeating. So, or you can say approximately, we could round this up and say approximately 10 cubic meters. And that is it. See you tomorrow.